Thank you very much, Afzal, for your kind introduction. And thank you, Masood Farshori. Mr. Vice Chancellor, it's wonderful to see you. You are the greatest source of strength and inspiration to all of us. We need to learn and listen from you so we can carve our own future together. And thank you, Dr. Abdullah, and other members of the Aligarh Alumni Association for asking me to speak at this AMU Centennial celebration. Greetings to all of you, alumni who have joined us for this event. It is indeed a pleasure and a privilege to be with you virtually. I will use my remarks today to recognize Aligarh Muslim University's past and what it means for the future, and to look backward so that we may understand how we should move forward. I say that because I view our convening as a chance to remember our history so that we can make new history. I believe that's the way the AMU's founder, Sassiyat, would want it. In our time together, I will talk about AMU, Sassiyat's legacy, and about our legacy as AMU alumni. I know that each and every one of you have a fond, enduring memories of AMU and many lessons that you have learned inside and outside the classroom, and each of those is personal. The lessons that I want to highlight from Sassiyat are transcendent. They are his legacy of love, learning, and light. Let me begin by discussing Sassiyat's legacy of love for all mankind. Sassiyat had a vision not only of peaceful coexistence in a society, but moreover of collaborations and communal harmony in the society. What a powerful and compelling point of view. Why did Sassiyat have such a vision and foresight? It was partly to the way he saw the world and its inhabitants, and he explained his perspective himself. In a famous speech, he said, and I quote, "I regard both Hindus and Muslims as my two eyes." Later, he went even further to say that I had only one eye. He used that phrase to indicate that even though he was a devout Muslim, he loved both Hindus and Muslims equally. Sassiyat felt there were two pillars for achieving peaceful coexistence, collaborations, and communal harmony. They were education and shared educational experiences. On the importance of education, while many were advocating for and against including Muslims in Indian National Congress, he declared, and I quote, "I do not agree with those who think the discussion about political matters would help in our national progress. I regard education alone as the means of national progress." Sassiyat put his words into action by founding Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, which became one of the best institutions in the world, Aligarh Muslim University. While it was focused on advancing the educational interest and competencies of Muslims, Sassiyat ensured that from its establishment of college was not the province of any religion. During the college infancy, Sassiyat emphasized that, and I quote him, "Yes, the main purpose of this college is to impart modern education to Muslims who are suffering because of lack of it. But this institution is for all, Hindus and Muslims alike. Both of them need education." At the founding of Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, Sassiyat expressed a strong and powerful vision for the institution. And he said, and I quote, "This college may expand into a university whose sons and daughters shall go forth throughout the length and the breadth of the land to preach the gospel of free inquiry, of large-hearted tolerations, and a pure morality." The college did become a university, a great university, Aligarh Muslim University. Today, Aligarh Muslim University draws students from all corners of India, from many countries in the world. More importantly, as Sassiyat predicted, tens of thousands of AMU graduates have delivered on Sassiyat's promise. They have gone throughout the length and the breadth of India and around the globe to improve the lot of others. Over the years, men and women from Aligarh have made significant contribution in all walks of life. Near the end of his life, Sasyed, who had lost his eyesight, said, "I lost my eyesight, but not my vision. My vision never dimmed. My determination never failed. I built the institution for you, and I'm sure you'll carry the light of the institution far and wide. Darkness will disappear from around the world." As you all know, there is still much darkness in the United States and India and around the world. Consider this: the uncivil war in the United States engaged in this year as a part of the presidential election cycle, the unmet educational needs of Muslims and other minorities in India, the attacks upon Muslims over the past few years, the revocation of the Article 370 and 35A of the Constitution, the emergence of autocracies in countries such as Turkey, Poland, Hungary, and the increasing decline of democracies and individual freedom and liberty. The darkness is descending. It must be defeated. Because of Sasyed's vision, his legacy of love, learning, and light, we Aligarhians are compelled and have been equipped to overcome this darkness through enlightenment. This brings me to our legacy as AMU graduates and alumni. That legacy is enormous already and will continue to grow. Here are some of the things that AMU alumni have done. AMU alumni contributed significantly to the freedom struggle and the establishments of Indian democracy. In this regard, Prime Minister Nehru once said, and I quote, "Sasyed's decision to concentrate on Western education for Muslims was undoubtedly the right one. Without that, they could have not played an effective role in building up an Indian democracy." End of quotation. AMU alumni has been central to the development of Indian nation. One needs to look at the long list of alumni who have played roles from the president to chief ministers, from jurists to bureaucrats, from authors to journalists, from film stars to sportsmen, to understand there's hardly any facet of public life where AMU alumni have not made a significant contribution. Indeed, they have made substantial contribution in all walks of life in India. AMU alumni have also made significant contribution in nations around the globe. There are currently around 20,000 Aligarh alumni in 100 countries worldwide. I am one of them. Each and every one of you in this virtual audience today is one of them. AMU alumni have accomplished much, but given the state of the world today and the enormous additional pain and suffering been inflicted by the virus pandemic, there is much more that needs to be done. That's the bad news. The good news is that as alumni of AMU, we have been prepared to do much more. Our paths have been different, but the common and constant bond that unites us is a belief in and commitment to equal justice and shared sense of humanity. As alumni of AMU and descendant of Sasyed, we have been given the gift of a sensitive and sensible education. We have been enriched, imbued with the great appreciation for the past, the present, and the role that we as a Muslim should play in working with those of all religious persuasion to create the future. Future belongs to us. If we can work together, we can live together, we can heal together, and we can redeem the promise and potential of India and the United States. Enable, equipped with the knowledge and the skills and ability required to be successful in our personal and professional life. Empowered, prepared to realize our full potential and to contribute to the advancement of society. Our responsibility is to return that gift by assisting others and helping find solutions to problems confronting India, the United States, and the world today. As I said at the outset of my comments, we are gathered here today to look backward, to understand how to move forward, and to remember our history so that we can make a new history. We AMU alumni and descendants of Sasiyad have the history inherited and duty to be difference maker and to be the destroyers of darkness. And that has been, is, and will be our legacy. Our hope, our cause will endure, and Sasiyad's dream shall never die. Let me leave you with this quote from Dr. Zakir Hussain while addressing AMU students on February 20th, 1949, when he said, "You must remember that the glorious heritage is yours. It is for you to revive the past splendor of Aligarh. The inscription which have been carved on the walls of your strategy hall fade with time. But the inscription which Aligarh has written on the modern period of Indian history would never fade." End of his quotation. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor, for being here. And thank you for letting me share my thoughts with you on this special occasion. God bless all of you. But we need to figure out how we work together to ensure the victory for all of us. Thank you.